Everyone talks about how bad and evil and nefarious Big Pharma is, but I'm here to tell you that there is a way worse actor that does not get enough criticism, and that is Big Wellness, which is over $100 billion industry. Now, as someone who's a cosmetic chemist and a biologist and actually understands how supplements are supposed to work versus how they actually work, they are not skincare, they're not a supplement for skincare items, and they're really not going to be effective 99% of the time because things are usually broken down by digestive enzymes or sent other places in the body and are usually excreted before they would even reach the skin. Even though supplements are often marketed to treat diseases and cure ailments, which would make them regulated as drugs because that's a drug claim, they're actually regulated as a food by the FDA. And they fall under DSHEA 1994, which means there's no requirement to prove safety, efficacy, or bioavailability. And companies do not require approval before selling on the market. Furthermore, some of these items can actually contain ingredients or particles that are completely different than what's on the label, and many tested have actually had heavy metals and contained things that are completely separate from the label. And I'm talking about products that are at big box stores like Walmart, Whole Foods, etc. This is not just buying black market supplements off of Temu. When it comes to supplements, the FDA really only acts after harm occurs, and there are tons of supplements being sold in different industries like skincare, running, athletics, that could have tons of dangerous health consequences. A great example is actually ClearStem. Now, they sell a vitamin A supplement that could be very toxic in high doses, which they do recommend, leading to things even as severe as liver toxicity and potentially organ failure if you take a large dose over a long period of time, and there's little to no evidence it would actually help with any of the things they claim it would. And there's tons of people saying that if it's natural, it's safe, and nature is constantly trying to kill you. I am a biologist who studied things like sharks and spiders and spider venom, and I can tell you that nature is not here to coddle you and make you super healthy. It's either a survive or don't type of environment. And this isn't to say all supplements are dangerous or deadly, nor am I trying to fearmonger, but it is important to understand that using a supplement and something that is unregulated and often marketed with drug claims carries an inherent risk that traditional medications that are regulated by the FDA just often don't have. And this isn't to say that medications don't have side effects or allergens, but there is really a huge stark difference in what is safer versus what isn't, and what is tested versus what isn't. And if supplements actually worked the way these wellness influencers say they do, they would be outperforming drugs in clinical trials. But instead, what you see is a lot of people recommended these supplements, and that delays real treatment, even for serious diseases like heart disease, cancer, and other types of issues, and that delays access to evidence-based medicine and actually leads to people dying when it was totally preventable. 9 times out of 10, they're not going to be effective, you don't actually need them, and they're never going to be a replacement for a tried and true and studied medication.